Do you have a minute? I have to ask you something. Did you hear anything from Sean the other day? I'm sure he should have told you.
Did I hear anything from Sean? What are you talking about, Serena? I didn't hear anything from him.
I see. I was sure that I told him to let you know that I'm going to be living with you. I'll have to scold him later about this.
Huh? What do you mean? You're going to be living with us? He never said anything like that to me at all.
Oh, is that so? Well, my husband passed away quite a long time ago. Don't you think my house is a little bit too big for me to live by myself? I figured that I would find a new place to live at. Some new scenery would be good for someone at my age.
Well, I suppose if you want to.
So, with all that out of the way, I figured we might as well live together. I told Sean that I'd hoped that he would tell you as well.
Is that so? Well, he never told me anything of the sort, so I'm a little taken aback by all of this.
Oh, you didn't hear any of this from either me or Sean. I'm a bit surprised he didn't tell you anything.
That's right.
I see. Are you sure that you're not just trying to keep me out of your house? Well, I figured that Sean might have been a bit hesitant as well.
Well, you said that you want to live together with us, right? Are you talking about moving into our house?
Of course that's what I'm talking about, silly. You guys wouldn't live in an old house like mine, would you? And I'm sure you still have one room in that house that's vacant, right? That room will be perfect for me.
I wouldn't really say it's free at the moment, though. We're currently using it as a storage room for work. So there's a lot of stuff that's lying around inside. And it's not anything small either. There are tables, computers, and all kinds of furniture stuffed inside.
Is that so? Well, then you should make sure that room gets tidy as soon as possible, since I'm going to be living there. Sean's there, so you shouldn't have any trouble getting all of that stuff out. I'm sure you can find room around the house to put all that stuff.
But what'll happen with your house? Are you planning to sell it? That's the house Sean grew up in. So he must have a lot of memories about that house. It just feels like it'd be a waste to sell it.
Oh, no, it's all good. The house is already fairly old. It's tough to maintain it by myself. Don't you think it would be good for some other use? I'm sure the city can bulldoze it and build something better like a restaurant or something.
That might be the case, but your husband left it to you in his will, so wouldn't it be better for you to stay there? Surely someone can help you maintain the house with you.
It's fine. In fact, it looks like it could collapse any day now. So I probably shouldn't be living in here. I'm going to sell it as soon as possible. And with that money, I can spend it on a new life from here onward. I thought that would be good. Don't you think that would be for the best? Sean would be pleased to have me living with him. I had hoped that you'd be pretty eager to be with me as well. Or do you not want to live with me for some reason?
No, it's not like I'm opposed to living with you, but it's just this is all a little bit sudden for me, that's all. So I just wanted to tell you that I'm still taking all of this in at the moment. Our house isn't really in any condition to have any more people live in it.
There isn't any time for us to debate about this. There are times when you need to make decisions on the go. Since we won't be able to talk with each other forever, we need to make this decision as quickly as possible. Living together is quite an important matter, don't you think so?
Wait, please hold on a second here. Even if you want to move in at the moment, I still have to tidy up the room. I have to clean up all of the things that I use for work and make sure it's clean enough for another person to live in.
All right, it's fine. If you can do it in an orderly manner, then I can move in afterwards. I'm looking forward to it.
I'd like you to talk with Sean one more time before we do anything.
You want to talk to him? About what? Talking to him won't change anything. My mind is set in stone about this.
But we can't do anything if we don't talk about it. We need to plan everything ahead of time. Or else this will be difficult to do.
Well, I suppose it's fine if you just want to talk about it. But don't you think it's a waste of time, though? I mean, I'm planning on moving in no matter what anyway. And did you know that I'm also about to talk with a real estate agent right now? We already have potential buyers regarding the old house.
Is that so? Well, we can take care of things here soon, I suppose. If we start right away. Although it'll still take some time.
It will be easy for you if we start living together, since I'm pretty good at cooking. And I also love to do housekeeping. So you can just leave all the difficult stuff all to me. I'll make sure every nook and cranny is as clean as a whistle. Honestly, if it's that much trouble to clean up that room, I'll gladly lend a hand.
Oh, well, anyway, I still want to talk to Sean about it first before we do anything. I just don't know if we can really house another person in this household at the moment. I'm really sorry about all this, but I need to ask you to be patient with me.
Jeez, do you really not want me around? Well, whatever. Just discuss whatever you need to as soon as possible. But do make sure that everything gets ready, since I'm gonna get ready as well. I'll see you soon.
Okay, will do.
Hey, sorry I didn't catch you until a minute ago. I was a little busy at work and I just finished everything up. Did you just try calling me a moment ago? What's going on with you?
Oh, hey. Your mom just contacted me a few hours ago. She said she wanted to come live together with us. But I never heard anything about this before, though. So, I was wondering if you knew about this?
Huh? Are you for real? I don't really remember my mom saying anything like that. But I don't think my mom is being serious. She's just bored and wants to kill some time.
What do you mean? Do you think she was joking?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just think about it for a second. Why would she tell you that she wants to move in without consulting me first? She didn't say anything to me at all. So wouldn't you think it was just a joke?
But your mom said that she already sold her house. She was very adamant about moving in with us right away. She told me to clean my workplace so she could sleep in there. And told me multiple times that she wasn't going to change her mind. It sounded like she was pretty serious about all of this.
Yeah, and? Is that everything she said? What did you say back to her?
I told her that I was going to speak with you first before we do anything. Honestly, why did she just decide to do this without consulting me first? This house is only meant to hold 2 residents, right? We don't have any other rooms, so we can't even temporarily host any guests. And my workroom is barely big enough to hold someone else.
Well, that is what they said, but my dad passed away a long time ago, so my mom is probably lonely living all by herself. Besides, I'm a little worried about her myself, so I think we should give her a little support. Don't you think that it would be good for her? What do you say?
I get what you're trying to say, but I honestly don't know if we can house another person. There just isn't enough room to do so.
Now that I think of it, we talked about something like this a long time ago. You seemed opposed to it back then, too.
Well, yeah, I'm not too thrilled about having her live with us. In addition to her house not being fit for housing another resident, she said some terrible snide remarks to me before we got married. Can you really blame me for being a little reluctant?
Are you still bothered about what she said back then? My mom said that she was just giving you a hard time back then. She didn't really mean any of it. So please don't take it personally. After all, didn't my mom say that she was worried about us?
What? You call that being worried? But she was saying things like I should divorce if I can't bear a child in 3 years. And she'd also say things like if I can't be a good wife to you, then we should just divorce. She keeps saying things about divorce over and over again. Do you honestly think that you can call that being worried? It sounded more like she was opposed to us marrying. She never really had a good attitude when she was around me.
But we haven't even had a child even though we've been together for 3 years now. And yet she hasn't tried to pressure us to go through a divorce, right? Besides, I would say you have been a great wife to me.
That may be true, but...
See, my mom isn't serious about that at all. You're just worrying too much about all of this. Moreover, don't you think that this is a good opportunity?
What do you mean this is a good opportunity?
Well, up until now, you were the one doing all the housework, right? Now you can have someone to share some of the chores with. This way you can ease up on your workload a little bit.
But it's not like I can keep leaving all of the work to your mother, though, right? I wonder if there's something that I can do to help.
I told you already that it's fine. My mom is the type to look after others. She wants to be relied upon by others. She was like that when I was growing up. I think it would be fine living together with her. If my mom gets grumpy or has any complaints, I'll be the one to hear her out. So you can count on me.
Are you being serious about this? This is a lot of work that will be on your plate if this is going to work out.
I'm being serious. What about it? Do you still have any doubts? It's been a few years since I've lived with my mom, so I want to take care of her. I'd also like you to help alongside me as well.
All right, I get it. I'll help you take care of her. But if something major actually happens, can you please talk to your mother first for me?
I told you I got it already. Just leave it all to me.
All right, I trust you.
Hey, do you have a second to spare? I thought I asked you to wash all of the laundry earlier this morning, but I can't find any of the clothes that needed to be clean. Are you honestly not done with them yet?
I'm sorry about that. The weather wasn't that great today, so I thought to turn on the drying machine. And I thought I turned it on in the afternoon. I think they should be done soon.
Geez, you should just do the washing during the morning. Don't you think this is a bit unacceptable to have all this dirty clothing lying around the house? It needs to all be done by the time Sean comes back home. I don't want him to see this eyesore of a house.
I'm sorry about that. I've been trying to get all of the chores done in an orderly manner, but I also have my remote job that I have to work at.
I don't want to hear any excuses from you. There's nothing I hate more than excuses. I told you I was going out of the house earlier today, so it's absolutely unacceptable for you to skip out on the housework.
It's not like I was skipping out on it. I really didn't have any time to do some of the chores.
But wouldn't you say that this is the definition of skipping out? Now the house will be a mess by the time Sean gets home. This is why I can't stand women like you who work jobs. I told you that you're to have the role of a full-time housewife. Sean already has a job and it makes plenty of money, so there's no reason for you to be working as well. Sean needs you to be keeping the house clean when he's out working. And it's quite a headache for me to hear you say that you won't quit your job to do that.
To be honest, it's a bit difficult for me to quit my job at the moment, since we need to save money for the future.
You've said all of that stuff before, but you still haven't been able to get pregnant after all this time has passed, right? What exactly are you saving money for?
Huh?
Did you completely forget what I told you all those years ago? We had a conversation where I specifically told you to have a child within 3 years from when you get married.
I remember you saying something like that, but I wasn't sure if you were serious back then.
Of course I was serious about that. And it's been exactly 3 years since then, right? So what about the child? You still don't have one, right?
No, I don't have one coming right now, but...
I had a feeling that'd be the case in the end. You do realize that my son is an only child, right? If you can't bear a child now, then I won't be able to have any grandchildren. Did you seriously think that would sit well with me?
I understand what you're saying, but it's just not feasible at this time. I'm so busy working at the moment, so I won't have time to take care of a child on top of that.
Sean has also been spoiling you too much. You've been making me help around the house while all you do is that job of yours. These chores are things that you should be doing, not me.
Huh? But he told me before that you'd also help around the house. I thought he told me to leave everything to him.
Even if he said all that stuff, isn't it typically the responsibility of the wife to help around the house? Meanwhile, I'm the parent of the household. What a vile wife you are for someone like me to be having to do all the housework. I'm way too old to put up with all of this. I wish Sean never married you.
Hold on a second.
I'm done with all of your excuses. This place is absolutely disgusting. Get on it with the laundry and don't forget to finish the vacuum cleaning. Sean will be coming home in a few hours. So I want everything to be done beforehand.
All right, I get it. I'll get on it right away.
Hey, Erica. For New Year's Day, I thought about going on a trip for the holidays.
Ah, all right. I see.
I sent a message to Sean as well. I let him know that we should spend a family trip somewhere. What do you think he said after I texted him that? He told me that he'll just leave you at home. He doesn't think of you as his family at all. I feel so sorry for you. Oh, you poor little thing.
Huh?
Well, isn't that the way it is? I told him to go with his family, and you weren't invited to go with him. And do you know why? It's because you aren't a part of our family. If you're not a part of the family, then I wonder what that makes you.
Oh, is that so? I understand all too well.
Geez, don't be so down. It's not like he has any ill will towards you. It's just that he likes me just a little bit better than you. After all, I know him so much better than you ever could. He's always been one to want his mom's attention.
Oh, I understand. I see. It's all coming together for me. I understand everything now.
Huh? What are you talking about?
New Year's Day is that time of the year where we spend time with our family. I understand. I hope you two have a great time on your trip.
Wait a second here. What are you going on about all of a sudden? You're acting a bit different than you usually do. What's going on?
Oh, it's nothing. Everything is all going great. The two of you are family after all. Well, then please spend all the time together that you can. But make sure to get some souvenirs for me.
Okay then. I'll do just that if it's all right with you. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
I guess I'll also go plan something for myself. I'll make sure the house is all squeaky clean before I go. We don't want to come back to a messy house. I've got to make sure everything is nice and tidy before New Year's.
Oh, wow. How nice of you. That's a great idea for you. It looks like you finally learned your place at home. You may just fit in with our family after all.
That's right. Oh, I'm looking forward to it so much. I hope the two of you both enjoy your trip. I'll make sure the house is all nice and clean by the time you get back, so you can rest easy knowing that.
That's right. We'll make sure to do just that. I hope you don't overdo it yourself. Please do your best while we're gone. We'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Please leave it all to me.
Hey, what the hell? What's with this house? What on earth is going on around here? Actually, where are you right now?
Where am I right now? Oh, I'm just having fun in Guam right now. It's so nice and warm over here. And there's so much to see around here too. I should really get out of the country more often.
Huh? Did you just say Guam? What on earth are you doing over there?
Man, it's just the best. To be on a private trip by myself on New Year's with no one else to bother me. I never thought I'd be able to go overseas for a vacation. It's so fun. It's just the best. The sun is so nice and the ocean is absolutely beautiful.
That's not what I'm talking about. What the hell is going on with this house?
Ah, did you see it? It's the culmination of all my hard work. I hope you can appreciate it.
Huh? What do you mean your hard work?
I made a promise to your mother. I said I'd make the house all squeaky clean during the time both of you were out of the house. So what do you think? The house is very clean, isn't it? I put my heart into it to do the best that I could.
What do you mean you made the house clean? There's nothing here at all. Everything is gone.
That's right. I threw everything out of the house. So now you have a ton of extra space.
Huh?
It's completely empty. Oh, well, I left the electricity running for you, right? So I at least left you with that. I'm such a nice person.
Don't screw around with me. What have you done? Where's all our stuff?
I already told you that I threw everything away. I gathered all of the furniture and electronics. It's not like there was anything wrong with that, right? Since I bought all of that stuff.
Yeah, you bought all of that. But why did you throw it all away? I still need all of that in the house to live.
Huh? Well, it's because I went out, right? There wasn't any reason to keep all that stuff around. I even had all the windows open to let the outside air flow in. I also soaked all the clothes in bleach. Aren't they all clean and shiny?
Huh? You bleached all of the clothes? Hey, hold on a second. Why did you do that? Anyway, what do you mean you went out? And why are you in Guam?
I left because of all the treatment that you've been putting me through. Did you think I'd put up with all of that?
What are you talking about? What do you mean, what are you not putting up with?
Wasn't your mom the one who was going to do the housework? Didn't your mom say to get a divorce if I didn't get pregnant in 3 years? I mean, your mom pushed all of the housework on me. She came to tell me that you should divorce me since I didn't have a baby. Was that all a lie?
No, my mom wasn't serious about all of that stuff she was saying. She didn't mean any of that.
You say she wasn't serious about saying that stuff, but she was telling me that every day. It was extremely stressful for me. Didn't you say you talked to your mom about it? Well, what did you say to her? You didn't talk to her, did you? You were the one who said that she's not serious, so I shouldn't worry about it.
Well, I mean...
And in the end, didn't you go on a family trip without me for a couple weeks for the holidays? Didn't you make your wife stay at home? Just who do you consider to be part of your family? Just what do you think of me as?
Erica, you're my wife, and well, my mom is my family.
Well, yeah, your mom is certainly a part of your family. So what does that make me? Aren't I also a part of your family? After all, I married you, right?
Well, yeah, you're a part of my family.
But if you're only going to take your mother's side, then what does that make of our marriage?
Well, but I was just doing what I thought made sense.
You mean by only taking your mommy's side?
No, it's not just that.
Well, what have you ever done for me? You just decide for yourself to have her live with us, and then you destroy my office? You don't speak up for me at all, even though I'm getting burdened with all of the housework. How many times have I asked you to listen to me?
I don't know, a bunch of times?
That's right. I asked a bunch of times, right?
Right.
If you want to be with your mommy so much, then go ahead. Please stay with her forever. I'll leave you two in peace then.
Huh? Then what are you gonna do?
Can't you tell by looking? There's not a single thing left in that house that belongs to me, right? I'm moving out, of course.
Where are you going to go when you leave? You don't have anywhere to go to.
How rude. It's not like I'm going to live on the streets. I still have a room in my parents' house to stay at. You're not saying they wouldn't let me back, right? It's quite nice, actually, since I haven't seen them in a while. It doesn't have any influence on my job either, since I work remotely after all. I can go back to work right away. So, I'm never coming back to your house ever again.
Well, what's gonna happen now?
Divorce is the only choice you have, obviously. Anyone with a brain can see that we'll be getting divorced. I mean, the whole reason I left you is that you don't seem to really need me anymore after all.
Huh? Divorce? Do you think my mom will let you get away with that?
You're still talking about your mommy at a time like this. It's so gross. Isn't there anyone else that comes to your mind?
No, it's not like that. My mom also said that she pushed you too hard. Let's calm down and talk this over. You can come back over here when you come back to the States. And then you can make amends with my mom, right?
Yeah. It all comes back to being about your mommy again. Geez, don't you have any will of your own? You've been her yes man since the day she came to our house. Meanwhile, all you've done is throw your own wife under the bus.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You say that your mom will also reflect on what she's done, but what about you? What do you have to say for yourself?
Me?
Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. Don't you have a lot of things to also reflect on? You've done a lot of things that have burdened me as well.
Are you talking about me only taking my mom's side?
That's right. And what else do you have to say for yourself?
About how I don't listen to you?
Yes, good on you. Be sure to remember what you did, so you can do your best to not do anything like that next time.
Huh? Next time? You mean you're coming back home?
Are you an idiot? I'm obviously talking about when you marry your next wife. Well, unless you can quit being a mama's boy, I don't think you'll be able to marry again anytime soon. If you can't, then I don't think you'll be able to marry again anytime soon. Although, it's not like you give a damn as long as you've got your mommy with you.
Hey, wait a minute. I don't have any intention of divorcing you.
Well, even if you don't have any intention of doing so, that's what I plan to do anyway. I don't feel like being a puppet for you two any longer. And I don't want to have to live in the same space as you either. Because it's impossible to deal with you two. It's an absolute nightmare having to put up with that household. With an overworking and demanding mother-in-law and with a weak-willed husband like you.
Hey, wait. I told you to settle down for a minute.
But haven't I been calm from the start of all this, though? You're the one who hasn't calmed down. What are you so flustered about? You get to live together with your beloved mommy. And I won't be pressured to have a child, too. Don't you think that's the best for the both of us?
Hey, if we get divorced or something, won't your parents be saddened by that? I'm sure they don't want you to get divorced.
Not really. In fact, they were the ones who told me to move back as soon as possible. So they'll be overjoyed to see me again. I can't wait to see them too. It'll be a nice change of pace for me to be able to relax for a little bit.
No way. This can't be happening to me.
Don't you know how much weight I lost during the time I was living with you guys? I haven't had much time to eat and I've gotten so skinny as a result.
Huh? Weren't you on a diet, though?
Don't you screw around with me. It was from all the stress that I was taking from you two. I lost 15.5 pounds, for God's sake. I've been losing weight for several months, ever since your mom started living with us.
Huh? I never knew about any of that.
You didn't notice anything at all? It's probably because the only person you think about is your mommy.
No, that's not how it was.
No matter how rough it got for me, you would just try to gaslight me by saying it's all in my head. And then you'd only listen to what your mommy had to say. Oh, I just can't stand it. It makes me cringe so much.
I told you it's not like that. I was just,
Just what? You were just taking care of your mom? So, did you have to get me involved as well? If you want to take care of your mom so bad, then do it yourself.
Well, I mean...
You can also tell this to your beloved mommy for me. I'm sorry for not being the perfect wife. And then you can tell her that you'll find someone that will put up with her next time.
Hey, wait a minute. You're the only woman for me. I can't be with anyone but you.
That's not true. As long as your mommy approves, then anyone will do, right? Because you love your mommy so much. And she loves you so much as well.
That's not the case. If you come back, I'll be fine with quitting this whole thing with my mom. I'll kick her out the house. I'll even cut ties with my mom. I just can't stand the thought of losing you.
Don't you think you shouldn't say things that you can't do? You're so dependent on your mom that there's no way you would ever change your ways. What you need to do right now is to send in the divorce files right away. And to never show your face in front of me ever again. Because I don't want to see you ever again.
No way. Is this really the end?
Yes, this is the end for both of us. There is no way to mend our relationship at this point. You can enjoy your life making out with your beloved mommy. Although I think it would be possible to do that in a room with no furniture. But now that it's empty, you can replace all the furniture to your mommy's liking.
Hey, wait a second here. Please, just come back to me.
Goodbye.
I'm begging you. I love you. Huh, Erica? Are you serious? Please answer me.
It seems like both my mother-in-law and Sean went to my parents' house a few times to see me, but after we came back from Guam, I went to go live at my aunt's house. So I didn't have to meet my husband even once. It seems he gave up after a while and we received the divorce files from Sean. I heard rumors about our divorce started to spread around town. Sean and his mother were still living together after all of this time. Rumors started to spread that the reason for our divorce was due to him being a mama's boy. So after a while, people started saying that his chance of remarrying was next to zero. I went back to work at my job after taking a little bit of a vacation in Guam, and I was able to save enough money to rent an apartment for myself. I've finally been freed by everything from before, and I feel so very refreshed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button.